Why is that some people instantly spark our curiosity, while others feel like background noise? Like someone we meet today and forget tomorrow? Why do some people seem lucky while others keep saying things like, I guess success just isn't for me? Why even try? Nothing good ever happens in my life anyway. I actually got a hilarious comment on one of my shots recently. Someone told me I looked like I stepped straight out of the movie 1984. It honestly cracked me up, but it also made me think. A comment like that could only come from someone truly extraordinary. I believe the sun shines on everyone equally, and I know for a fact that you can change your life for the better if you simply learn how to use the levers that nature and the psychology of the body have already given you. What is it that makes us extraordinary? It's what's inside. It's what fills our minds and our souls. If you look at the biographies of the world's famous icons, you'll notice a pattern. Almost every single person who achieved true success and recognition had to climb over massive obstacles. They all faced hardships and trials. But here's the secret. It's exactly through overcoming those difficulties, those so-called failures, that you actually find the deepest sense of joy and fulfillment. Think about it this way. Imagine you've been sick. You felt absolutely terrible. But the moment you finally recover, you don't just feel okay. You feel this incredible surge of energy. You are more vibrant, more alive, and more grateful than you were before you got sick. Have you ever noticed that feeling? I did. I remember when I came down with the measles, it was right before the COVID pandemic hit. It was brutal. I caught the virus when I was on vacation, relaxing on an island in Spain. I had already paid for a 2-week suite and an exclusive gourmet menu, but I couldn't eat a single bite. There I was, lying in this beautiful hotel room, having no idea what was happening to me. In that moment, the lost vacation and the wasted money didn't even cross my mind. Once I got back home and fully recovered, I was just happy to be alive. But then, the following year, the pandemic hit. Interestingly, COVID didn't get me, maybe because the measles had kicked my immune system into high gear. And while so many people were struggling with the isolation of lockdown, it didn't feel that terrible to me. Maybe that's because I had already spent months in isolation while I was recovering from the measles. What I'm trying to say is that our problems make us stronger and more resilient. Every failure is just experience that you've earned. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger. It means you are okay. It means you have what it takes to survive whatever comes next. I'll put it this way. You can't actually learn how to be happy. There is no school of happiness. True happiness requires specific internal ingredients that you can't just memorize. It's the same way you can't simply learn how to be sexy, energetic, or graceful. Nobody can truly measure a person's energy or their charisma. In science, those units of measurement simply don't exist. And yet it's perfectly obvious. Our internal state, what's happening in our soul, directly impact our body, our health, and our sexuality. In fact, it shapes our habits, our physical appearance, and ultimately our destiny. Your internal state dictates your desire. For examples, you wake up and you realize, I don't want to do anything today. You have no strength, no drive, no motivation. Of course, it's not just because it's a cloudy day outside. Something happened leading up to this. Something came before this moment. Something was draining you, wearing you down, or leaving you empty. You need time to recharge your energy. And if you don't have the time, that's where the problem starts. I know for a fact that the physical wear and tear on your body leads to a breakdown of your internal defenses, your ability to resist external pressure. And make no mistake, external pressure is everywhere. I've talked about this pressure many times in my previous videos. It's the people around you, the media, the political climate, and global events. All of these factors, both the negative and even the positive ones, are constantly acting on you and your health. So, how do you stand your ground? How do you become a truly resilient person? Someone who respects themselves for what they've built and achieved. How do you become an influential, energetic, and magnetic? And how do you keep from losing your natural grace and charisma? These are the questions that have always fascinated me. Look at children. Up until the age of 6, every child is graceful. Why? Because they don't carry tension in their bodies, and they don't carry toxic thoughts in their minds. Nobody teaches a child how to walk or run. They figure it out on their own. Nature does the work. Children are graceful and relaxed, and because of that, they are completely authentic. But as we know, life doesn't always go smoothly. When you are forced to use pure willpower just to keep moving through difficult circumstances, your natural rhythm and grace begin to fracture. However, here is the good news. Even if your grace and charm have been broken, they can be reclaimed. You can find them again through spiritual fulfillment. But what exactly should you fill your soul with? How do you win back the natural grace and magnetism you've lost? I didn't look for the answers on the internet. No. When I was young, the internet didn't even exist. Instead, I searched for the truth in literature and in the works of well-renowned psychoanalysts. I went looking for heroes, and I wanted to emulate characters who shared my spirit. We all set our own goals and challenges, and we all have our own icons. For me, it was Scarlett O'Hara and Julia Lambert. In case you are not familiar with them, I'm talking about two real masterpieces, Gone with the Wind and Theatre. Everyone has their own heroes, but since our lives and our destinies are 50% determined by our genetics, it would be foolish not to use that to our advantage. Let's break it down. 50% is what nature gave you. 25% is your effort. And the last 25% is luck. That is your life, and ultimately, that is your destiny. When you lean into what nature already gave you and amplify their strength, reaching your goals becomes so much easier. Your knowledge and your active pursuit of opportunities only multiply your chances for success and harmony. What fills your head and your soul? This specific blend of knowledge and energy. is the seed of everything. It's your inner strength. It's your immunity against all the external pressure I mentioned. Without knowledge, without spirituality, and without energy, you have zero protection against outside forces or black swan events of life. And without that defense, it's game over. I once heard that during the famines of World War II, the first people to perish were often the leanest. Those who had a little extra weight, a bit of fat on their bones, were the ones who survived. When we talk about inner strength and spirituality, that's exactly what it is. It's the emotional fat that saves you. It's the reserve that keeps you going when life hits you with unexpected. Inner strength, that true power of the spirit, doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It's a gift. But it's a gift you have to earn. If your spirit was broken back in childhood, don't let that define you. Don't let yourself stay broken for the rest of your life. Thanks God, we have psychologists and healers today who can help you uncover those internal wounds and heal them. Because here's the reality. No pill and no vitamin can cure a weak spirit. A weak spirit eventually leads to weak health. To stay strong, you have to start from within. Why is it that in the East so much more attention is paid to preserving health rather than just treating disease? In Eastern philosophy, health is seen as a state of equilibrium, a harmony between the individual and the energy of the universe. This very principle is the foundation of exercise programs designed to unite us with the universe through slow, deliberate movements. These slow movements help focus the mind. I've noticed it myself after practicing yoga. The good thoughts, the clear, positive insights finally start to flow into my head. The problem is that many people pay no attention to what's happening inside them, what is actually going on in their soul. They are always too busy to focus on themselves. The modern Western person thinks of their body primarily as a machine, something designed to work long hours, to work until they burn out. In the East, many believe that human happiness depends on the harmony between man and nature. Meanwhile, the West is constantly trying to exert power over nature. We have pills for weight loss, pills for digestion, even pills for bad thoughts. We spend hours in the gym building muscles just to look strong, fit, and productive. But simply building big muscles won't bring you harmony, health, sexuality, or happiness. You need something more. You need a soul that is filled. A harmonious, mindful, and happy life will save you from needing those pills in the first place. Your destiny is in your hands, 50% nature, but the rest is up to you. If you are ready to reclaim your inner grace, hit the like button and join our community. I'll see you in the next video.